gentlemen, Blue Devils against the Marquette Redmen, I believe it is. Welcome along. He's manning the camera. He'll be down in the bleachers here in just a moment. And Austin Mong running the computer for us tonight, getting everything set production-wise. Charles Strail, the owner, is both 2-0 between the Blue Devils and the Redmen. Stay tuned here as we have kickoff in just a few moments. We'll go to a quick commercial break, though. Stay here.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? Taking the family out to eat. Jimmy John's wants to make John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit TVC.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone. Right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or take John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Say the Baylor game, Gaylord High, Blue Devils. This is Coach Dylan Teeples, assistant coach Brennan Schwemmen, Trevor Simon, and team managers Kevin St. Amour.
Alrighty, and from Marquette, our head coaching staff, and Schwimmen. And for Gaylord, we've got DJ Sismoniak and it's Steve Fitzik, Ryan Dogamy. Okay. Joseph Mark Hillsbury. Bear with us, ladies and gentlemen. We're all new to this here. We've got a new crew in for kickoff. This has been the Jimmy John's pregame show. We want to thank them very much for supporting us. We've got a bunch of different sandwiches here to have throughout our game, 5 different sandwiches and drinks that they provided for us. We're very thankful for them. As the Marquette Redmen will be starting off with the ball this evening. Kick off a nice, long kick all the way back to the 6-yard line. It was fielded. That is number.
That was a very nice stop there by
on the field as we recognize them and all of our first responders here on this evening. Marquette starting off right away. Gaining about 3 yards or so. Just like I said, about 4 yards. Second sixth situation coming up here at the 28-yard line. And number 5, Wyatt Lakinen. He'll gain about 5 yards in tonight's game. Spotted at the 34-yard line.
It was a good run right up the right side of the line, wasn't it not?
Yes, it was. And there's our Christian, what was a Gaylord pileup.
Tackled down there by number 44, Brady Pretzloff. Nice tackle.
Nick, what are you expecting to see from Gaylord's defense this evening?
I'm just looking forward to seeing some really good plays, good tackles, good team sportsmanship out of these guys. You know, just a lot of help physically down the field and getting some good stops here.
Pitch and catch to the right side of the field. If it's good enough for a first down, from my perspective, it looks as though the refs are going to spot it about a yard short of the first down marker.
And that was tackled by number 17 of Caden Keck. And it's intercepted here.
Scrimmage.
Touchdown. 6-0 lead here in the
First quarter.
first quarter with 9:21 left to play in the first quarter.
That's a lineman's dream to get that batted ball and to have the interception.
Ran away.
Alrighty, thank you very much, gentlemen, for taking the lead over for a second. Our producer here, Austin Mong, and I had to work out some audio level changes here, but hopefully we're all set now for this game as Gaylord with the interception brings it all the way back to the house for a quick 6, and looks like they'll be kicking it here for the extra point.
Looks as though they're going to be pushed back a couple of yards because there was a flag in the field here. I wasn't able to see what the flag was about. The flag is against Marquette, though. I apologize.
It looks like to be a block in the back.
Point instead of the kick. Might as well. Only 3 feet of space between them and the end zone, and they run it in no problem. That is number 11, Ty Benzinger.
That's a great start off.
Who had the ball to begin the first quarter. They'll be looking to get back at a little trickeration there by Gaylord here in just a few moments. And while we set up for that kickoff, we're going to have a quick word from one of our sponsors and come back on the other side of this.
Brian Beningo, Beaters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
And here we are. Marquette had the ball to start off the game. That one almost all the way back at their own end zone.
Now it's tackled by number 17 of Caden Keck.
For them here. Both are 2-0 entering into this game. Quarterback dropping back, looking for a man. Finds him. Slips up. Just gets beyond the 10-yard line, maybe as much as the 13. And he's still going. They have not called the play dead. So that'll bring him down at about the 20, unless if they were late on the whistle.
Well, if they weren't late on the whistle, that's on them because you play until the whistle blows.
Yep.
And for Marquette, they were able to get a few extra yards out of the defense, maybe falling asleep at the end of the play thinking that.
The late whistle there. They're already down the first tackle. Then he got up and ran again.
They gave him that second spot also.
Yep. So they've got a 2nd-2 situation at the 20-yard line. Number 2, Jackson Jermu is your gain a couple, but it was enough for the first down.
Tackled down by number 54 of Keaton Abraham.
Got just about 8.5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Blue Devils up 8-0 over the Redmen. For the Redmen, in fact, they get backed up about 2 yards.
Tackled by number 50, Lane.
Testing the waters to see what they can get in the run game.
Absolutely.
Gaylord not messing around, nor is Marquette. 2nd and 12 situation, and the reception is good. That is number 12, Will Gale, 6'1" senior for Marquette. Got 3rd and a Redmen setting up at the 31-yard line. 3rd and 2, 7:13 to go here in the front. Jacob McPhee, he breaks along the sideline, gets up to about the 45, and that's more than enough for a Marquette first down.
A lot of short passes to the offense quickly, minimize the impact. Just unable to do it there as Marquette comes away with the first down.
For one, Jacob McPhee, he gains about a yard and a half, maybe as much as 2. They'll give him 2. 2nd and 8, right at the 46-yard line.
An inspirational opener for Gaylord, was it not, as we saw the helicopter come down and the military march down the field. The field looks pristine today.
Marquette has quite the group of their own that came down from a 4-hour car trip, as that was number 4, Tucker Welch, bringing it up the center once again, just short of mid.
And there was a change earlier in substitutions for the Blue Devils. We have in number 70 of Carson Van Luchen.
Marquette trying to get their way into Gaylord territory for the first time, right now at the 49-yard line of their own. Jermu looking for a man open.
For Brady Pretzloff.
Brady Pretzloff making a name for himself so far in tonight's game.
I believe he's already got.
Kick this one away. That's blocked by Gaylord. They'll be picking it up at the 32-yard line. And he's taking it all the way back to the house for a Gaylord Blue Devil touchdown.
You got the pick six. Now you have the special teams punt return, but off of a block.
Very sharp camouflage tops, although the camouflage works in their favor because it makes it, I don't know about you two, but it makes it incredibly difficult to try and get those numbers off the uniforms. But it's all in good spirit here tonight as we honor our members of the military and first responders.
Thank you all for your service, by the way. That you guys, we wouldn't all be here if it wasn't for you guys. So thank you for your service and sacrifice for all of us.
That's exactly right. Well said, Nick. Gaylord looks to kick this one off a third time, and they'll let that one sail into the end zone for a touchback.
That touchback was set up by the first two kickoffs that have been fielded and not making it back to the 20.
So as we take a moment, we want to thank our friends at Jimmy John's who provided us with 5 sandwiches and drinks for all of us here working tonight. Away games call for freaky fast meals on the road. That's where Jimmy John's comes in to turn travel time into dinner time with their freaky fast gourmet sandwiches and their brand new location in Gaylord across from Hobby Lobby. Jimmy John's, freaky fast and freaky strong, so strong a tornado couldn't stop them. That's exactly right. They're still up and running, perfect as ever, as Gaylord trying to get something going but tackled midair. And he's slow to get up. That's number 6, Drew Bradley.
He was hit by number 11. That would be Ty Bensinger. Great tackle.
Apologize. That was number 5, Wyatt LeCannon. There he'll be taking a well-deserved break along the sideline after that hard hit. So Marquette pushed back now inside of the 20-yard line all the way back to the 16 for a 2nd and 14 scenario coming up with just over 4:15 to play here in the first quarter. Snap to Jermu. He gets a handoff, works up the center, no problem. Gains looks like just about everything he needs for that first down. Number 4, Tucker Welch. And indeed, they do move the chains.
Pull right up the middle, able to scamper past all the would-be tacklers, getting them for the first down. Good open field tackle by Gaylord.
Absolutely. He was tackled down by number 10 of Noah Vanderveer.
That tackle isn't made. He's still running, by the way.
all the way to the end zone for sure. Marquette getting a little bit of a lucky break there, backed well up inside their own territory, able to move those chains for only their third first down of this evening, I believe, as Jamu and company gets ready to further advance the ball down the field. Jamu rears back, firing to number 3, Kyler Sager.
The refs are motioning that he caught it out of bounds.
He did, okay.
It looked as though that left foot came down on the white. It was a spectacular catch nonetheless.
Yeah, one-handed catch there by Sager. Just unfortunately right on the line and not able to haul that one in and send himself down the field. I mean, he was gone on that one too, no doubt. So here we go, Marquette set up with a 2nd and 10 scenario right at the 30-yard line, trying to break into Gaylord territory for the first time tonight. Another handoff up the center goes nowhere. So Jamu and company looking for a long 3rd down attempt here.
We have an injured Marquette Redmen down here in the field.
Young man's grabbing his knee, so we're going to go to a quick break here and come back on the other side of this. Stay tuned.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision-related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We want to give an update on number 55, Eli Lusk from Marquette, 6'3", senior center for the Redmen. He was hit in the right knee by, you said, Brady Pretzlaff?
Brady Pretzlaff,
okay, yep. He was able to get up with some help and walk off the field, so we hope everything goes okay with them. We never want to see that in high school athletics or any outing for that matter, as a connection was made there from Jermu to number 13. We don't have a 13. Excuse me, that was number 10, Jan Vandenende. Gained about 2 yards there on the play.
Tackled down by number 1 of Caleb Ungst from the Blue Devils.
So Marquette left short once again, well within their own territory. Punting here for the second time. The first one was blocked by Gaylord. This time he's got plenty of room to send that clear sky high. That'll bounce inside the 30-yard line, and they'll pick it up at the 26.
Less than 2.5 left to go in the first quarter. This is the first time we're seeing Gaylord's offense on the field.
Yes, yeah, that's exactly right. We had an interception earlier by Gaylord and then a blocked punt, both of which were taken right back to the house immediately. So we'll see what Gaylord has to offer here on the offensive end. And while we have a moment, looks to me I could use a checkup from these guys. We want to thank our friends at Gaylord Eye Center. Did the refs not see that, or was it just your eyes playing a trick on you? But refs are never wrong, so it's time you come in for a free consultation at the Gaylord Eye Center. With 4 locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Sheboygan, and Bel Air, get back in the game with Gaylord Eye Care at Gaylord Eye Center. So here we go. Blue Devils starting at the 26-yard line. A run up the center, gets about 4.
I did forget to mention, that touchdown that had that block for Riley Hush there, that was actually blocked for Riley Hush by number 44 earlier of Brady Pretzloff.
Okay.
So that was a great block.
All right, Nick, I asked you what to expect from Gaylord's defense already. Can you think of what I'm going to ask you now?
Go right ahead.
What are we going to expect out of Gaylord's offense today?
Big tackles and big stops.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, that's our native Gaylord Blue Devil up here in the booth with us tonight. As we've got a run out to the side, breaking several tackles and works his way past the first down marker and finally gets brought out of bounds just short of the 45-yard line.
That was a great run by
Boy, I can't quite
44 of Brady Pretzloff.
It's the uniforms. It makes it hard to see them
It does.
from up here.
I guess I should have brought my binoculars along this evening.
So the one day you didn't.
Right, I know. Native to the Charlevoix crew here for Next Level Broadcasting, and each time I've brought my own binoculars along, never needed them, and then the one time I don't, here we go in camo. But we'll try and make do. Ladies and gentlemen, from both Gaylord and Marquette, stick with us. As Gaylord is sticking right with it here, there is a flag on the play and brought down right around midfield.
It's as though the offense knows it's against them.
It was an illegal formation against the Blue Devils. Ford Richardson from Marquette was the man who made the stop there.
Just a great night here for football.
Exactly right.
Beautiful weather.
The crowd is energetic out here in the stands.
They are.
So that'll back Gaylord all the way pretty much up to where they began this first offensive drive of their own. They're back inside the 35. Looks to be spotted at the 33-yard line. So they'll be set up for a 1st and 20 as time ticks down under a minute here to go in the first quarter. Gaylord up 15-0 over Marquette. And run up the center, breaking through several tackles. Nearly gets all of that 20 yards right back as he crosses midfield.
Just well executed run right up the middle. Wasn't really touched as he went up the middle. That's a good job by the offensive line to get to those blocks, get your running back into the second and third line of the defense. Just a good overall execution by the Gaylord offense.
That was a great run by number 52 of Keaton Abraham.
So here we go. Gaylord able to move those sticks one more time. Looks like it'll be the last time here before the quarter ends. Gaylord will take that one 15-0, and they'll start in the Redmen territory at their 46-yard line. We're going to go to a commercial break here as the quarter expires, and we'll come back for your second quarter action here in Gaylord after this. This is Next Level Broadcasting.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
You know, that's something cool to tell you.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Just about ready to start your second quarter action. The Gaylord Blue Devils up over the Marquette Redmen 15-0 as the Gaylord Redmen for the first time take an offensive stand here, and they're working their way inside of Marquette territory at the 46-yard line. Sun's starting to set here on this beautiful evening. Perfect night for football, right about 70 degrees, hardly a breath of wind. As Gaylord goes on this next drive, powering their way up to the 35-yard line they go. Looks to be enough for a first down. And indeed it is.
That was ran by number 54 of... Oh, I'm sorry. It was ran by number 34, Riley Hush.
34, Riley Hush. Hush getting his name called quite a bit so far tonight. Big piece there for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils further encroaching their way into Marquette territory at the 35 now. We're 30 seconds into the second quarter, and this run is going nowhere. In fact, they'll lose about a yard or two on the play. Indeed, it'll be 2nd and 12 coming up here for the Blue Devils. The first time they've been behind the line of scrimmage so far this evening.
This is a kind of revenge game for Gaylord for last year, as Marquette came away with the win in Marquette, 17-14.
Okay. Well, so far, Gaylord has scored more points tonight than they did that entire game, all in the first quarter, as they're lining up here with a 2nd and 12 scenario. The handoff right up the gut once again, bobbing and is weaving his way up. Goodness, past the 30-yard line, near enough for a first down once again, but I believe he'll be just short. That was oh, go ahead, Nick.
That was ran by number 11 of Ty Bensinger.
So they'll mark him a yard short there, 3rd and 1 at the Marquette 27.
It looks like we have a substitution for Blue Devils of number 7 of George Hush.
George Hush, okay. Gaylord 3rd and 1 at the Marquette 27. Quick and easy run up the center. Looks to be plenty. So he meets pretty much the entire Redmen defensive line. Everyone slowly getting up there from that massive pile of bodies. And that's enough to move the chains.
It looked like an absolute dog pile.
Last week, Gaylord traveled to Kingsley, came away with the victory 42-39. They're looking to build on that, their win streak that they have, obviously being 2-0. They've so far looking good here in the first half.
Absolutely.
Well, a great job by Gaylord to come away with that thrilling game win. Boy, I would have loved to have been there to see that 42-39 over Kingsley. What a game that was. We got our QB rolling out to the side. Number 1, Caleb Onks. I can't read that number. And he works his way out of bounds right about the 25-yard line.
Unable to find a man downfield. He was able to scramble and get enough to make some kind of positive out of that play, because it looked as though the defense had him in the backfield there.
That was a great run by Caleb Onks, number 1.
Showing off the conditioning and the stamina as he's able to just sprint away.
Absolutely.
So at least he gets himself back up to the line of scrimmage. 8:58 to go here in the second quarter, as the Blue Devils are positioned at the Marquette 25-yard line.
We have a check-in for number 3 of Colin Peel in 44, Brady Pretzloff.
Marquette with a little flick, or excuse me, Gaylord with a little flick over there. works along the sideline, not able to get very far at all. And it looks like Gaylord came away with the football. They did. So in a stroke of luck for Marquette, Gaylord lost the football. And now Marquette will be taking over at the 25, the first time that's happened for them so far this evening.
Well, Marquette's 2-0 for a reason, aren't they? They've been able to play opposing defenses, get the ball, get the turnovers that they need, and right there, I mean, they needed one.
That's right, yeah. They knew it. They were down a full 2 scores at 15-0. They knew they needed to get something going here, and indeed they did, as Jamu and company gets the little handoff to number 4, Tucker Welch. He works his way up the sideline to about the 30. Gain of 5.
He was tackled down by number 7 of Russell Hush.
Running a long way for those gain of 5 yards there. They started on the right side of the field. If you're from the offense's perspective, making every bit of use of the left side of the field that he needed to get those yards.
Marquette trying to capitalize here on a opportunity provided by a Gaylord fumble, as we've got Welch once again trying to work up along the sideline. He was stuffed, though, very quickly by Gaylord. Try and get that number here. That was number 11, Ty Benzinger, once again there on the tackle. 3rd and 4 now for the Redmen at the 31-yard line.
Actually, the number was not the one you said. It was actually number 89 of Connor Byram.
Oh, okay.
Marquette likes to operate out of the shotgun.
Yep, and indeed, oh my goodness, right through the hands of the Marquette receiver. My goodness, he wishes he could have that one back. That was number 3, Kyler Sager.
Looked like the Chiefs-Lions game from the other night.
My goodness, I guess so. Had a little bit of butter there on his gloves or something, because it went right on through, and Gaylord takes it right back where they left off at the 25-yard line.
Heads-up play by the defense, able to keep an eye on the ball, take advantage. That's where the tip drills come in.
Yeah.
That was ran by number 7 of George Hush. One of the Hush brothers.
Yeah.
Gaylord offense looking to expand their lead.
Well, they're in a great position to do so as we have our first timeout taken. That was by Marquette. So we're going to go to a commercial break here and come back on the other side of this. Stay tuned for the next offensive series from Gaylord.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, drain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
And here we are, another interception by Gaylord. Gives them the ball at a prime spot here in Marquette territory at the 25-yard line, looking to make their 3rd score of the evening. Marquette offensive side of the ball the Gaylord offensive side of the ball has had light work so far this evening, as that ball does not get very far at all. Carried by number 10, Noah Vanderveer.
I'm sure they'd like to keep that theme going of not having to get the offense out there, because the defense and the special teams have been able to put the points on the board.
That's exactly right.
Gotta get a quick shout out to one of our alumni managers in the house tonight, Gracie Caverson. Welcome back, Gracie.
All right. 6.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Gaylord second, and looks to be a long 11 situation here. Right about the 27-yard line of Marquette. Handoff up the center. Breaking away. He's getting through a couple different Marquette defenders, and he's brought down just short of the 5-yard line.
That was some excellent running. Able to just break away from 3-4 tackles, scamper his way down for nearly a gain of 20. Looked like about 15 from my perspective, but excellent execution by the offense. Unfortunately, the laundry's on the field, and they're bringing it back.
It looks like it's going to go against the...
Looks to be the Blue Devils.
Yep.
So there'll be a holding on Gaylord. Brings them back to the 30-yard line now. 2nd and 15 situation. Replayed that second down.
That was a beautiful run, too, by Caleb Ungst.
You really hate to see the holding come back because, yes, exactly. Caleb Ungst able to slice and dice his way for a gain of 15. Unfortunately, that holding just negates everything. Penalties can be such a drive killer.
Yep.
One of the first penalty flags we've seen so far this evening. Erases a good about 20-yard run by Gaylord. But they'll have an opportunity here. 2nd and 15 at the 30. A quarterback keep. Gets about 3 yards. That's Caleb Ungst, the quarterback for the Blue Devils.
Well, you go back to the well. You go to the guy that got you that gain of 15. This time, unable to get that 15 back.
That was ran by
Number 1, Caleb Ungst there, the quarterback. He kept it. So we've got a 3rd and very long situation coming up here for Gaylord. Looks to be 3rd and 13 still. For the first time tonight, it looks like Marquette may be working on putting a stop here to Gaylord. Time clicking down under 5 minutes now. Gaylord still very much in control of this game, 15-0. Caleb Ungst once again keeps it, works up the center. He'll be short of the first down by a fair amount, but did gain about 7 yards or so.
That was a nice run by Caleb Ungst again.
Well, they'll give him only about 5 there. It'll be a 4th and 8 coming up. Just inside the Marquette 25-yard line.
That penalty ended up stopping them on their drive. It's a shame because you hate to see it. They had a good drive going, and that's just what happens with holding calls. They're drive killers.
Yep, every now and then mistake is made, and this time it cost their potential 3rd score of the evening unless they try and go for it here on 4th and 8. We'll see what happens.
Looked like Coach DJ gave him the signal to go for it.
As we're looking at a spread offense. Ungst in the shotgun.
Ungst hurls deep down the field, broken up. No, he did catch it indeed. So that's a touchdown, Gaylord. Wow, Marquette was all over that one, but that young man for Gaylord was able to haul it in and give them their 3rd score on a 4th and 8 scenario.
It's as though it's the commentator's jinx, isn't it? I was mentioning how there was a drive killer, and they ended up burning me with that 4th and 8.
Yeah, they're like, you know what, Christian, we'll show you how this goes.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were. Maybe they were listening to the broadcast.
That was scored by number 42 of Aiden Sherbert.
Excellent catch by the young man.
Absolutely.
That one goes off the uprights. No good, so that leaves it an even keel 3-score, 21-0 lead that Gaylord has over Marquette. Marquette with 3:43 to go here to try and get something going before the half expires. But before they do, we want to thank our friends at J&J Construction. Many times we don't know where to go when beginning the process of building or remodeling our home, but that's where J&J Construction comes in. They help you in every step of the way to get you into your dream home. Trusted by everyone and respected by all. That's J&J Construction, proud supporter of Gaylord Athletics. So now we'll cut to a quick commercial, thank our friends at Cherry Capital Airport, and come back on the other side of this.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
And there we are. We want to thank our friends at Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport for supporting us. And they'll be supporting our halftime show. TVC, Cherry Capital Airport halftime show coming up here in just a little over 3.5 minutes of game time as Gaylord boots that one downfield. That'll go into the end zone. Marquette with the touchback.
Some excellent special teams play by Gaylord out the gate. Earlier they were able to stop Marquette within their own 20 when they were fielding the kicks. Now it just looks as though Marquette is letting the ball go through the end zone, getting them their touchbacks. They're not risking them kickoffs anymore.
I don't blame them there. As we've got the Gaylord High School marching band starting to file their way onto the track, out of the stands. We're looking forward to their halftime performance. We'll be giving you a part of that here tonight as well. So Marquette setting up shop at the 20-yard line, trying to get into Gaylord territory for the first time still yet tonight as Jamu fires that one into the ground. Couldn't quite find anybody open.
This is a good start for your revenge game if you're Gaylord. Last year you had to go to Marquette. This year they come to you. Maybe it's the trend of the travel is getting to these teams.
Quite possibly. Neither team exactly looking forward to that 4-hour trip back and forth, although I got to say the UP is just about as beautiful as you can get. So I wouldn't mind the drive up there. But
especially in this time of the year when the leaves are starting to change.
Yeah. But it results for a long day from either team, that's for sure.
I'll tell you what, you get a great charter bus out of the deal, too. You get a nice, warm, comfy charter bus to travel up in.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't have to take a school bus, which does help. As Jermu looks and fires, but immediately down to the ground he goes. I'll give you that number as soon as I can see it.
Back in my day, we took a school bus.
Yeah.
That was stopped by number 52. Well, I'm sorry. By number 54 of Keaton Abraham.
Yeah, and the reception there was by number 5, Wyatt Lakennen. For the Redmen, 5'11", 185 senior. So Marquette backed up even farther into their own territory this time. 3rd and 13 scenario coming up at the the 17-yard line. 2 minutes, 53 seconds to go here in the first half. Jermu trying to get something down the field. Finds a man. Yeah, number 4, Tucker Welch, but he's just wrapped up there. Only gained a couple yards, and that'll leave him well short of the first down.
That was tackled down by number 44 of Brady Presloff.
An excellent game by Gaylord here today on Military Appreciation Night. Want to thank each of our military vets out there and our emergency medical staff.
First responders, police, you name it.
Yes, you're the ones that keep our country ticking.
Quick shout out to the United States Marine Corps team and one of my great friends, alumni sister, Kendra Gunderson, over at the Mexico border. Hope you're staying safe out there, and thank you for your service.
Well, that's very nice of you. But we've got a timeout here called on the field with 2 minutes, 10 seconds to go. We'll take another timeout of our own and come back after this quick message.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
And here we are. We'll get back to our friend Orion Beningo in a little bit as Marquette comes out of that timeout with a punt, bobs and weaves its way down to about the 26-yard line. And that's where Gaylord will have it with 1:58 to go here in the first half. You know what? While the teams take a moment to set up, we'll bring back our friend Ryan Berningo at Professional Seamless Gutters. We'll let him finish his message there.
Hello, I'm Ryan Benigno, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional.
Gaining about 6 yards or so. Gaylord got their first handoff and movement of this next offensive series with 1:45 to go here in the first half. Gain of about 7, they'll call it. Got a 2nd and 3 scenario at the 34-yard line of Marquette. Excuse me, of Gaylord. I apologize there.
That run was ran by number 11, Ty Bensinger.
Gaylord firing on all cylinders at the moment, both offensively and defensively, as they are up 21-0 and get a couple more yards out of the play there. See if they'll spot it enough for the first down. And indeed they do.
I'd like to give Gaylord's offense a grade of about A- so far. They haven't really had to do a whole lot, but they've been executing at certain points. That 4th down play, amazing play call.
And we'll give their special teams, like an A++++. I mean, my goodness, what a showing they've had so far tonight.
They came in ready to play, and I'm sure their special teams coaches very happy with the production that they've been getting.
Marquette knows some things that they have to fix when they get back home, that's for sure. We've got another timeout there on the field. We'll keep it right here and thank our friends at Gaylord Seal Coating. If you've grown up in Michigan, you've grown up with cracked roads, parking lot pavement that you can't trust, and potholes the size of offensive linemen. We see some pretty big offensive linemen out there, and I tell you what, those potholes look just like them. If your driveway, parking lot, or other surface needs an overhaul, check out the pros at Gaylord Seal Coating. Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. And here we are, Gaylord 1st and 10 at their own 39. 1:13 to go here before the first half expires, as they've had no problem skating around Marquette so far, 21-0. Pass wide open, fielded at the 47-yard line. He gets pushed out of bounds just inside of Marquette territory, and we've got a late hit on Marquette.
Yep, he was clearly out of bounds. Marquette came in with the late hit. That's going to be an easy penalty for the refs to throw.
Number 10, Noah Vanderveer, a junior for the Blue Devils, is one catching that ball. Doing a masterful job there right along the sideline.
I want to go upon what Nick was saying earlier, giving a shout-out to our military friends and family. I have a brother-in-law who is in the Army, Captain Josh Thomas. I want to thank you for your service.
As the chains move, we want to take a quick moment and take a moment of silence to thank all of our fallen members of the military and police personnel. Good timing, thank you very much, as Gaylord gets the pass off there. No completion on the pass. While we've taken that moment of silence, it's almost like the police were hearing us off in the distance. They had their sirens going in the parking lot. Nice little salute there before we go into halftime.
It was a good hit by the defense. They were able to break up the pass. It looked as though it was going to be an easy gain of a couple of yards, but defense was able to come in there last minute and knock the ball right out of the hands.
2nd and 10 here for Gaylord. Minute and a couple cents left over here in this first half. Down inside the Marquette 35-yard line, at the 34 to be exact. Ongst looking to find a man. Instead he goes through the center and gets maybe a yard or so.
He had a lot of pressure going on in the backfield, didn't he? He was unable to get it through that time. We've seen him earlier able to scamper and break from a couple of would-be tacklers, but that time he didn't have the sauce there.
We've got another timeout called, so we're going to thank our friends at Golf Gaylord. Gaylord and the 989 is considered by most to be the golf mecca of Michigan. And whether you're looking for a new set of clubs or in need of fixing your slice, boy, I have one of those, Golf Gaylord is your destination where you can browse a wide variety of items and get lessons from their experienced staff. That's Golf Gaylord. Just under a minute to go here. We've had, 2-3 timeouts in the last minute of gameplay.
Well,
slowing things down here.
You can't take him into the half with you.
No, I guess not. Gaylord with a rare 3rd and 10 situation so far tonight. They've only incurred a couple of third downs at all across the entire game. They did have quite the 4th down conversion earlier on this evening.
Well, you don't need to go to 3rd down if your offense isn't on the field. I mean that in a good way.
That's true. Ongst looking for a man, finds it, and number 11, Ty Benzinger, still up on his feet with 4 Redmen hanging all over him.
The clock's going to tick, and we're under 40 seconds now.
Yep. Gain of about 2. 4th and 7 coming up here for the Blue Devils as we inch our way closer to the 30-second mark.
Yeah, I imagine they're going to take a timeout here at the end of the play clock.
And there it is. And while we take this timeout, we're going to do a quick commercial break. Stay tuned.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now. Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
And here we are, 26.5 seconds before the half expires. Stay tuned with us once this does come to an end, as we've got our TVC Cherry Capital Airport halftime show. Got some stuff to talk about here between the Blue Devils and the Redmen. Is Gaylord with a 4th and 9 scenario. Just leave Onks to run it out. And he's still bobbing and weaving his way through. My goodness, he's broken half a dozen tackles now. And he's working his way up there towards the first down line. Doesn't look like there'll be enough as time stops at 10.3 seconds. What an effort by Onks there.
He may have only gained about 8-9 yards there, but he ran for about 30 to 40 yards.
30 to 40 yards with about 6 different guys hanging on him at one time or another.
He's a hard runner.
That's right.
Great job by a big old pile of Blue Devils helping him out there.
So Marquette with 10 seconds left here until the half expires. Still have not worked into Gaylord territory in this game, so maybe a Hail Mary will result in a little something. Otherwise, like I mentioned, we've got the TVC Cherry Capital Airport halftime show coming up after a couple minutes of break time for us to gather our wits here, and that'll be the end of the half. So we'll send it to commercial break. One more time, this is the TVC Cherry Capital Airport halftime show. Stay tuned with us. We'll be back here in a few moments.
Game has been brought to you by Professional Seamless Gutters, Gaylord Seal Coating, Jimmy John's, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, and the Gaylord Eye Care Center. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's game.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right. Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003. We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right. Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Alrighty, welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to our TVC Cherry Capital Airport halftime show. I'm Shane Smith, joined alongside of me by Christian Swinsicki.
Yes,
Okay, I got it. And Nick
Wenzel.
All right, I'm learning the names here. We're all kind of new to this. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game we've had so far. Gaylord Blue Devils versus the Marquette Redmen here at the military celebration night here at home in Gaylord. The Blue Devils up 21-0. Christian, it's been quite a game out there. You saw the Kingsley game last week. That was quite a fascinating game, 42-39, you said, right? How does this compare so far in terms of improvements with the team?
Well, for Gaylord, the big improvements have been special teams to a T, right? They have executed everything perfectly, from the opening kickoffs where they were able to field or kick the ball and have Marquette field it within the 5 yards. Marquette was unable to get outside of the 20, so eventually they just quit fielding kickoffs. They just let the ball roll through the end zone, getting the touchbacks, getting those free yards. The blocked punt, amazing effort, and that was a scoop and score for 6.
Yeah.
And then that tops off everything that we've seen from special teams. On the defensive side of the ball, we had the tipped pass at the line of scrimmage that wound up being the interception, which also was a pick 6. After that, we had the amazing 4th and 8 throw on the other side of the field. And through all the effort of the offense, they were able to convert on a 4th and 8 from a good 25, 30 yards out, and another touchdown, putting 6 on the board again.
Yeah, Gaylord definitely firing on all cylinders so far tonight. 21-0 once again is the score. Marquette has yet to be able to reach into Gaylord territory. The closest they've gotten is the 47-yard line. Just have not, when they seem to get a first down and maybe some momentum going, they have a big flag or something that brings them back 10, 15 yards, or they'll have, like we saw, that tipped interception earlier when they were well into getting towards Gaylord territory. Just a lot of things that have so far worked against their favor as they look to make some improvements here going into the second half.
I'm sure we're going to see the coaching staff of Marquette look to cleaning up the plays on the offense as well as the play on defense, because they've been able to execute fairly solidly on defense. They just had a couple turnovers, unable to really capitalize on their offense, unable to really get the offense going in general. They just need to get a spark, maybe show some confidence, get some intensity going in, and being able to actually put some points on the board. Once you put points on the board, your confidence is going to skyrocket.
That's right. Well, we're looking to see hopefully a better showing from Marquette here coming into the second half. They started with the ball in the first half, so Gaylord will get it here coming out of the gate. And we'll see how this second half of the game goes. We've got just a few minutes here until kickoff into the second half. I'm Shane Smith. Christian Swinsicki. Swinsicki. I will get that before the night's done. We've got
Nick Wenzel.
Nick Wenzel. All right, we've got Austin Mong here running the technology. Charles Strail with the camera behind us. Thank you so much for tuning in to the TVC Cherry Capital Airport halftime show. We'll come back after some messages with more game action.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003. We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
This game has been brought to you by Professional Seamless Gutters, Gaylord Seal Coating, Jimmy John's, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, and the Gaylord Eye Care Center. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's game.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Today's game has been brought to you by Professional Seamless Gutters, Gaylord Seal Coating, Jimmy John's, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, and the Gaylord Eye Care Center. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's game.
And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We got just about 4.5 minutes here until kickoff of the second half. Gaylord Marching Band just coming off the field, and I tell you what, Jimmy John's really set us up with quite the deal tonight. They gave each one of us here on the crew, 5 members, a sandwich apiece. They gave us large drinks. And I tell you what, this sandwich is wonderful. I can't quite give you the name of it. Unfortunately, we don't have it written down on the paper, but
we'll just go with Italian sub.
Yeah, I mean, it's got lettuce, tomato, looks like turkey, some cheese, mayo. Wonderful job by Jimmy John's. We want to thank them for supporting us in tonight's game, and we'll give them a little bit of a plug right back here as away games call for freaky fast meals on the road. And we know all about that. We're always on the road here at Next Level Broadcasting, so we need those quick meals. That's where Jimmy John's comes in to turn travel time into dinner time with their freaky fast gourmet sandwiches and their brand new location in Gaylord across from Hobby Lobby. That's Jimmy John's, freaky fast and freaky strong, so strong a tornado couldn't stop them. And we'll give our friends at Professional Seamless Gutters a shout out. Your home gutters are always there when you need them to be. So is our good friend Orion Beningo, and that's why he started Professional Seamless Gutters. Professional Seamless Gutters offers fast and experienced service and real-time quotes. But wait, as always, there's more. They'll actually answer your phone call. That's Professional Seamless Gutters at 989-619-3407, and tell them that we sent you. And we want to thank our friends, of course, at the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport for sponsoring us for tonight's halftime show. Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport is your gateway to northern Michigan. Now is your time to fly TVC. TVC Airport will also get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com. And once more, we'll give a thanks to Schultz Marathon Party Store. Yeah. We want to thank you guys for supporting us there. Unfortunately, I don't have the read right in front of me, but we want to thank Schultz Marathon Party Store for supporting us here at Next Level Broadcasting. So I'm going to take a moment and have a few more bites of my sandwich here. We'll cut to a commercial break. We've got just about 2 minutes until kickoff. Stay tuned for second half action between the Gaylord Blue Devils and the Marquette Redmen.
The game has been brought to you by Professional Seamless Gutters, Gaylord Seal Coating, Jimmy John's, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, and the Gaylord Eye Care Center. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's game.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Brought to you by Professional Seamless Gutters, Gaylord Seal Coating, Jimmy John's, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, and the Gaylord Eye Care Center. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's game.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
All right, here we are. Marquette Redmen are out there on the field warming up. And here comes Gaylord just in time as the train horn sounds. To a rambunctious home crowd. Gaylord stands are pretty much filled up here, right in front of us in the press box. Gaylord comes out with a commanding 21-0 lead as we've got just about 2.5 minutes. They extended the clock a little bit until kickoff of the second half. If I'm correct, the Gaylord Blue Devils will have the ball to start. Marquette had it, if my memory serves me correctly, at the first half. Indeed it does. I get the thumbs up from our boss, Charles. Gaylord will be coming out with the ball here to start in 2.5 minutes.
I'm expecting some more intensity and confidence to come out of Marquette here because they looked a little flat in the first half. However, props to Gaylord's defense and special teams, and also just all three sides of the ball from Gaylord. They've put on a terrific performance here.
You're exactly right. You know what, Marquette? Their time's coming, I'm sure. Just weren't able to piece much together there in their opening half. But we've got a full 24 minutes of game time left to go for them to try and work back that 21-0 deficit. It's Gaylord and Marquette both stretching right now. Minute and 43 to go before the kickoff.
The crowd is still buzzing down around here. I know it is. I know we're coming out of the half. However, I was able to talk to just a couple crowd members as I was making my way through. They're absolutely enjoying this game. And why wouldn't they?
Yeah, I don't blame them. Beautiful weather. I mean, fantastic game if you're a Gaylord Blue Devil fan. Up 21-0. We're going to take this last minute here and just to take in the sounds of the stadium, the sounds of the band, the sounds of the team. So I'm going to finish my last few bites here from that wonderful Jimmy John sandwich. And here we are, just about ready to kick off. Gaylord receiving, just got done playing. They're in the stands, keeping the crowd energy alive and well here in Blue Devil territory. Marquette not able to piece much together at all here in the first half. They'll be kicking off the ball, looking to make some serious stops here on the Blue Devils to keep that 3-score lead just right where it is. Low kick bouncing around and will work its way out of bounds at the 34-yard line. Marquette might have scooped it up just in time. Nope, it did go out of bounds. So I'll give Gaylord a few more yards.
That was close. If Marquette was able to recover that ball, they're getting it right back.
Yeah.
There was a flag on the play there.
Yep. Because it worked its way out of bounds, so that's an automatic addition of, I believe, 10 yards onto the kick for Gaylord.
Yes, that's gonna put the ball at the 35 for Gaylord.
Okay.
Charles and I had the pleasure of calling a game yesterday, the St. Francis and Ogemaw Heights game. And Ogemaw Heights executed a couple of pooch kicks off kickoff, and Traverse City St. Francis was unable to really figure it out effectively. But a couple of those balls ended up going out of bounds, and that's how I'm sure that the ball gets placed at the 35.
Yeah.
However, I noticed the refs are placing it there at the 37. So.
Austin and I had the joy of covering the Charlevoix versus Boyne City. That is a marquee rivalry matchup between the two teams. Storied history throughout Michigan. So if you're looking for any of those games to watch, or if you know somebody who would like to watch this game but haven't been able to make the connection, just let them know it's on Next Level Broadcasting, all one word, .net. That's nextlevelbroadcasting.net. You can find this game and many others across this season all there on one web page. As Gaylord gained about 1.5 yards there on their opening play.
I believe that ball was ran by number 44, Brady Pretzloff.
Alrighty. Second and a short 9 here. Looks to be about 8.5 yards coming up for Gaylord. Right at the 38.5-yard line of their own. We got a flag on the play. See what that'll be against. False start on Gaylord.
Gaylord in the first half had a couple of penalties that ended up driving them back. Obviously, that's what you get with the flag. But they were able to come back from them, and the one I'm talking about is the drive killer that wasn't a drive killer that ended up leading to the 4th and 8 touchdown.
It looked like there just a second ago that Gaylord had a player pulled, number 7 of George Hush, for jumping the line. That's what caused the false start indication.
Austin, our producer, doing a fine job making sure our audio levels are all taken care of here. As Gaylord gets backed up to a 2nd and 14 situation here at the 34-yard line. Little pass right off to the side, and that goes nowhere. Marquette able to come up with the quick stop.
Marquette able to sniff that one out as soon as the back went into the motion out into the flat. In a high school game, you tend to notice that once the back motions out, flares out to the flat, that's going to be a quick bubble screen.
That was thrown by number 1, Caleb Unks, to number 11 of Ty Bensinger.
So here we go.
Gaylord with a long 3rd down here.
That's right, 3rd and 14. They weren't able to gain anything there on that most recent play. Marquette looking to make their first big stop of the game so far, keeping Gaylord well in their own territory. And we've got flags all over the place. All 3 refs threw their own laundry up in the air.
It's going to back up the Blue Devils another 5 yards.
Yep.
False start on Blue Devils, yep. It did also look like there was a couple of 2 guys on the Redmen that also jumped on their line too, so.
Well, they probably jumped once they saw the Blue Devils get an early start there. They weren't going to be left behind, that's for sure.
Usually linemen are taught that once you see moving along the line, you're supposed to also flinch in an effort to draw the flag for the opposing team.
Yep. So here we go. Gaylord all the way back now to the 28-yard line. 3rd and 19 as Onks fires deep. And was he? Nope. No catch there, so that'll leave Gaylord buried deep in their own territory for a 4th down, and they'll have to kick for the first time tonight, if I'm not mistaken.
You're right. Yeah, this is the first time we've seen the Gaylord punt unit out on the field.
We have a new check-in for the Blue Devils of number 48 of Malachi Dewar.
So Gaylord punting from their own 28-yard line. 9.5 minutes to go here in the game. 21-0 still up over the Redmen, so they've got plenty of work to do in order to catch up here. And the kick is up and away. bounces at the 46-yard line of Marquette and dribbles its way down just inside the 40, stopped at the 39.
Well, Shane and Nick, one of the things I would like to talk about when I'm with Charles on the broadcast is, as I'm down here on the down here in the stands, one of the things I notice is the lights come on, and the stars tend to come out once the lights come on here at high school football.
Exactly right. Instead of the Friday night, we've got the Saturday night lights, and hopefully Marquette can start shining under those lights as they're set up in their best starting field position so far tonight. At the 39-yard line, the handoff right away. Trying to work up the sideline is number 1, Jacob McPhee, a 6'6" junior, one of the biggest men out there on the field. Doesn't look like he's able to gain anything there on the play.
Good effort by the Gaylord defense to get him moving laterally instead of vertically, stopping the gain.
That ball was stopped by number 89 of Connor Byram.
So Marquette, in fact, loses just about a yard there on the play. 2nd and 11 situation now. As quarterback number 2, Jackson Jermu, looks to fire. He's off target, but able to make the catch. That's number 11, Ford Richardson. We've called his name quite a bit so far tonight. And saved that one from hitting the dirt. And gains Marquette solid, looks to be about 9 yards.
That was excellent effort by Richardson as he was able to corral that ball in. That ball was thrown off of the target, away from his body, able to use those hands and bring that ball right in for a gain of about 9-10, actually.
Yeah, you're right. They've got it marked down 1 yard short of the first down marker, 3rd and 1,
that was
49-yard line.
That was stopped by number 1 of Caleb Ungst.
Jermu with a quick fire off to the sideline. Looks like he made his way up to the 50. See if they spot it for sure. That was number 5, Wyatt Lakenin.
Boy, that was a big hit down on the sideline.
He caught air off of that hit.
That was by number 33 of Carter Sitz.
You could see he's trying to catch his breath back. Yep.
They marked him at the 50 indeed.
He motioned to the sideline. I think they're trying to get he's trying to get a substitution, but it looks as though the coaching staff keeping him in there.
Those Yoopers, I tell you what, sometimes it takes more than just a hard hit to knock them out. They are a tough group of people up there. Gotta love them. I spend a lot of time up there in the UP. Have property over by Manistee. Love the UP, and I love the people up there. Wonderful, wonderful folks. Yeah, as Marquette starts for their first foray into Gaylord territory. That's number 4, Tucker Welch, not able to gain anything there on the play.
Brought down by number 11 of Ty Bensinger.
Once again, good pursuit by the Gaylord defense. That's one of the themes they've been having there while the defense is on the field, keeping Marquette and the Redmen moving horizontally instead of vertically.
So here we are, Marquette once again. 2nd and 10 scenario right at the 50-yard line. Jackson Jermu and company looking to get something going here for their team. And he'll fire downfield, and it's caught. Marquette running along the sideline, and that'll be the first touchdown of the night for them.
Boy, that was a big confidence booster for the Redmen. They absolutely needed something to get them going on offense, and nothing like a good 51-yard pass down the left sideline to get that confidence right back to them.
Number 3, Kyler Sager, was all over that one, hopping up along the sideline to reel that in, and finishes off that run into the end zone, giving Marquette their first score of the evening with 7.5 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and they're lining up for the extra point. Kick is up, and good. Beautiful kick there. Let's see, who is that? I can't quite make out his number. Christian, can you see?
I was unable to see that, Shane. I'm sorry.
Okay. Looks like, okay, number 15, Sawyer Johnson for the Redmen.
Well, Gaylord has now received a punch back to their side. Let's see how they respond here. They were able to stifle the Redmen in the first half, but the Redmen hey, they looked good on defense on the first drive in the second half. They looked good on offense here in their first drive of the second half.
Yeah.
See if we can make a game out of this.
That is by far the most complete this team has looked on the offensive side of the ball so far tonight, as their first time going into Gaylord territory results in a touchdown off a beautiful 53-yard pass, as we saw there. So 21-7 is the score now, as Marquette gets ready to kick off. Low kick indeed. Little, I don't know, would you call that a squib, Christian? It didn't seem like he tried to put much air under it.
It looked like I'm going to call it a squib. It wasn't quite long enough for the traditional squib, but I think that's because they're trying to give their hands team opportunity to recover the squib. That's what we noticed on the first attempt of it.
I mean, they definitely succeeded in putting as much spin on that football as possible. It looked like an airplane propeller coming in, or we could even say helicopter propeller, as we've got one sitting in the parking lot about 150 yards from us here.
Beautiful Black Hawk.
Yeah. As Gaylord was able to reel that one in right at the 35-yard line. Here to start their second offensive drive. Caleb Onks and company going out wide here. Onks with the keeper. He gets upended short of the line of scrimmage, so Gaylord will lose a little bit there on the play.
This Marquette defense looks completely different from the first half.
Christian, you might be right. Now that the lights are out, the Marquette Stars might be coming out as well. You may have called this one correctly here, as they're looking like a completely different unit compared to what we saw in the first half. I think they got a little bit of fire lit under them. I think Coach gave them a good talking to. That's Coach Eric Mason for Marquette.
Great call, Christian.
Thank you.
So Gaylord didn't lose, but they didn't gain any yards either. 2nd and 10, 35. Here we go. Run up the center. He breaks away for a few. Looks like he'll get about 8 there as he works his way up to the 43-yard line.
The Gaylord running backs have been they're tough to take down. They've been able to get the handoff cleanly, bounce off a few tacklers, and they're making the defense for Marquette work. You know, Marquette, if they have ended up stepping up their game here in the second half, they still have their work cut out for them, as the Gaylord offense is still a tough bunch of guys to bring down.
That's right. And we'll give credit there to number 7, George Hush, senior for Gaylord, on the carry.
Let's see if the Blue Devils can get something going here as we hear the crowd here in the bench doing the Let's Go Gaylord chant.
3rd and short, 2. Clears on that first down marker, no problem. We got both defensive and offensive sides pushing against each other right up to midfield. See where they down it. There's just a sea of bodies there in the middle of the field. Where exactly they place the ball will be determined.
The old rugby scrum.
I guess so. So 50-yard line indeed is where they're putting it. 5:54 to go here in the third quarter. 21-7 still.
You know, I got to say, if I were Coach DJ, I would be saying right now, you know, all right, guys, let's punch them right back in the mouth, you know, make them, you know, let's get a good run here on them, and let's just not let them try to score on us. Let's just get down there and try to score on them. Play physical and play hungry with aggression.
The best you can ask for. Play with aggression here as Onks keeps it for himself, works his way up the center of the field, gets about 7 or 8 there on the play.
Onks runs with aggression.
I guess so. They're giving him 7 yards there on that run. Strong run by him indeed. 2nd and 3. Working inside Marquette territory now at the 43-yard line.
You know, Christian, something about Caleb Onks. He does run 5Ks, so he's a pretty hard runner. I see him every day out in the community running, so shout out to him.
Exactly. Shout out to him. Shout out to the rest of the running back group. And you know, I know Caleb Onks is the quarterback, but he certainly doesn't look like a quarterback when he's out there running and having Redmen fall off of him as he's running past him.
It's like he's rain repellent, like Rain-X.
That's a very good comparison. Good job, Nick.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Here we go, Gaylord. 2nd and 3. No problem getting beyond the line. And he looks like he could have been all the way had it not been for number 5, Wyatt Lakehanen there, tripping him up at the last second, right about the 30-yard line.
It was a quick handoff that got him into the secondary. I don't know if the defensive line was anticipating how fast of a handoff it was, but able to get into the second line of defense, shake off a couple of would-be tacklers, and like I'm saying before, that this is a tough group to bring down once they have the ball in their hands.
That was ran by number 34, Riley Hush.
Hush doing a fine job there. He certainly unshushed the crowd here on the Gaylord side. If you will let me say that, I don't know.
I was getting ready to make a similar phrase.
You can hear him doing the Let's Go Blue chant. It's what you hear at Ann Arbor every day. Let's go Blue, baby.
Well, I'm a Spartan fan myself, so we'll leave it at that. But Gaylord able to gain about 5 yards or so there on the play. Time ticking down under 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We'll give them 6 yards there. 2nd and 4 scenario coming up at the 24-yard line. And we've got our first timeout call of the game, the half. So we're going to take a timeout of our own, cut to commercial break, and come back on the other side of this.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
And here we are at a quick timeout there on the field. Couldn't quite hear over the intercom who took it. Believe it was Marquette, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
Okay. As Gaylord not able to get anywhere on that, so it'll be a third down scenario coming up for them. Nick, you said you had a little shout-out that you wanted to take care of.
I do. I want to give a shout-out to my cousin Bella Nowak on the Gaylord band. Great job tonight, Bella. Proud of you.
Way to go, Nick. That's nice of you to do. She, along with the rest of the band, doing a great job so far this evening, keeping the home crowd electrified, as Gaylord has a third down and 2 yards coming up here inside of the Marquette 25. 2 minutes, 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
I believe the whole state of Michigan is buzzing here, but I'll explain why after this play.
All right. The handoff up the gut, and that'll be enough for Gaylord first down.
I believe the state of Michigan is buzzing because their big three in the schools and professional football teams have all won this week, with the Lions winning Thursday, the Wolverines winning this evening, and also the Spartans winning this evening.
Good. Now, Christian, I'm a little surprised you haven't looked up your alma mater. Both you and our producer, Austin, both came from Central Michigan.
I did look up my alma mater.
You did,
actually,
okay.
And they also won.
Good.
And as a part of my alma mater's tradition, we have to also mention that not all Michigan college football teams won today, as Western Michigan lost.
Uh-oh. Well, they're no longer undefeated.
Shout out to all the students there at MSU campus.
Yeah, as they weren't close enough to give Gaylord the first down here originally, but Gaylord shuffles behind their man with the football, giving them plenty of extra oomph to get beyond that line of scrimmage. So we'll have a first down coming up here for Gaylord.
And then I'm not forgetting about the other Michigan college
Eastern?
in the MAC, Eastern, as they are 0-0 right now against Minnesota in the first quarter.
Ooh, that'll be a tough matchup for them against the Golden Gophers. But we've got our own tough matchup here right in front of us with the Marquette Redmen and the Gaylord Blue Devils. Marquette trying to get a stop there on 4th down, but Gaylord able to power that one through just enough to move the sticks as they're inside of the Marquette 20-yard line once again.
This is exactly the drive that you want for Gaylord. You want to take the momentum out of Marquette here on this drive.
Gaylord taking the ball, running it down to about the 15.
Yeah, what I mean by that is Marquette had a little bit of a burst in momentum with that defensive stop in the first drive of the half, and then they went down to score. And Gaylord here answering right back with from those two drives, having a long and so far successful drive, kind of hushing the Marquette momentum for a little bit.
There you go.
And I believe that ball was ran by number 7 of George Hush.
There we go. Hush brothers getting plenty of attention here tonight. Both doing a great job for their home team as the time winds down under a minute here in the third quarter. 2-score difference between the two teams, and Gaylord poised to quite possibly make it a third score above Marquette here very shortly. And indeed they do. They find a hole. No problem. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
And I believe if that was a score by number 11 of Ty Bensinger.
All right.
Great job, Ty.
The Gaylord faithful are happy about that one. Upping the score now 27-7. The Gaylord Marching Band, which I want to make mention, has the very same marching song as Charlevoix does. The extra point is up and good. My hometown of Charlevoix, we both share the marching song. As Gaylord goes up again, a full 3 scores, 28-7 over Marquette. We're going to cut to commercial here as Marquette gets ready to take the ball down the field once again. Stay tuned.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003. We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right. Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
And here we are coming back. Gaylord got another touchdown up over Marquette. 28-7 now is the score. Remember, both teams came into this game undefeated. So both teams had their word cut out for them, especially Marquette right now, down 3 scores with 36.2 seconds to go here in the third quarter. As looks like they're positioned to start at their own 15-yard line after the Gaylord kickoff.
That ball was jumped on by number 48 of Malachi Dewar.
So here we are. 1st and 10 from their own 15. Marquette trying to get something put together once again. Their first drive of this half was their best they've had so far. So far, their only drive of this half was Gaylord ate up a lot of clocks. They're trying to get something going once again. Keep the hopes of winning this game alive, but that ball hits the turf well behind his intended receiver.
Tackled down by number 34, sorry for the correction, Riley Hush. And if, ladies and gentlemen, you haven't had enough entertainment tonight, you are about to see, once again, the one and only beautiful Black Hawk helicopter just about ready to few moments away from takeoff.
Alrighty, thanks for that update, Nick. Here we go. Marquette 2nd and 10. Incomplete pass there by Dermu. As he's swinging out wide, trying to find a man, and that goes out of bounds, bringing up a 3rd down and 10. Still at their 15.
Just unable to find his man. He had a man, but unable to find it with that pass. He just threw it a little wide. That pressure was forcing a bad pass. But yes, Nick, you are right. I could see all of the military men gathering over at the Blackhawk in the distance.
Yep, it's going to be, once again, a beautiful sighting when you see them take off, man. The crowd's going to erupt.
Hopefully we'll be able to get that for you on video. It's a pretty rare sight to see a helicopter take off and fly only 50 feet up over our heads. There's a pass there by Marquette, falls harmlessly into the grass. 4th down. Coming up here, 3 and out for Marquette, deep within their own territory. We're going to need the leg of that punter to really get something on the other side of the field for Gaylord, or else they'll be in prime field position once again.
Just unable to get anything on offense there, Marquette. It was as though that long drive from Gaylord was able to really take the wind out of the sails out of the Redmen, and their drive just never got going. Maybe they had lost all of that momentum and adrenaline coming out of the half.
Marquette punter all the way back at his 2-yard line. And that's blocked once again. Oh, my goodness.
It's going to result in a safety.
Yeah, boy, you don't see that too much in high school football, ladies and gentlemen.
Great job here with 19 seconds to go left in the 3rd quarter. Nice safety there by the Gaylord Blue Devils.
That is the 2nd safety to happen on this field this evening, as the JV team also had a safety in their game.
Well, good for them. Boy, look at all the stuff that's happening here. They had Blue Devilville, as we like to call over in Charlevoix, Raiderville.
When we're here, we call it the Blue Devil Country.
Blue Devil Country, okay.
Yep.
And that's why we have our resident Blue Devil in Nick Wenzel here with us tonight, correcting me on my misinformation there. It's the Blue Devil Country, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what the students made up for us, and they said, hey, why not go for the name of the Blue Devil Country? I said, hey, that's perfect.
Okay, well, speaking of perfect, special teams for Gaylord has been perfect so far tonight. 2 block punts so far, resulting in a touchdown and now a safety, lengthening their lead to a 4-score game, 30-7 now.
The special teams at Gaylord have come to play. They've come to really rock the house here in military and EMS appreciation night, and they're showing their support by putting on a good effort here.
They're number 7 of George. Hush is signaling to.
And that'll be fielded at the 25-yard line. Working his way up to about the 43 with 13 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, Marquette, they've got a big hill to climb here. We get into the 4th quarter after the next play.
That's exactly right, Christian. And while we have a moment, we want to thank our friends at Gaylord Eye Center. Did the refs not see that? Well, so far they've seen everything tonight, thankfully. Or is it just your eyes playing a trick on you? But refs are never wrong, so it's time to come in for a free consultation at the Gaylord Eye Center. With 4 locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Sheboygan, and Bel Air, get back in the game with Gaylord Eye Care at Gaylord Eye Center.
That ball was actually ran by number 32 of Gage Caverson.
Got a couple flags out there on the field.
Looks like we got a little miscommunication there by.
Yeah, legal substitution is the call, backing Gaylord up 5 yards. Now, Gaylord has received the brunt of the penalties so far tonight, but that doesn't seem to dampen them whatsoever, as they've been able to capitalize on any and every opportunity that they get.
Well, that's called good execution.
Yeah. And the handoff working up the center. No good there. So that'll leave Gaylord right where they were, 2nd and 15, as time winds down and now expires in the third quarter. So with that, we're going to take a commercial break here and come back on the other side of this with your fourth quarter action. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Game has been brought to you by Professional Seamless Gutters, Gaylord Seal Coating, Jimmy John's, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, and the Gaylord Eye Care Center. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's game.
Here we are. 4 seconds have ticked off here in the final quarter of the game. Gaylord up over Marquette 30-7. After a safety there, Marquette kicks the ball off. And Gaylord was backed up now after a 5-yard illegal substitution penalty to a 3rd and 15 scenario. Looks to be about their 38-yard line if my eyes are telling me correctly. I don't know. I might still have to make a visit over there to that Gaylord Eye Center.
No, I don't think you have to right now. It looks about where you're...
Big shout out there to the Gaylord Eye Center to Alex Powers. We know him very well from Gaylord St. Mary's. He's a proud alumni snowbird.
Yeah.
And if you're having a hard time with your eyesighting, please don't hesitate to go visit Alex Powers at GaylordEyeCareCenter.com.
Alrighty. 11:30 to go here in the game. Slowly ticking down. Not much energy from the Marquette side of the ball anymore.
However, they were able to force Gaylord into a 4th down.
That is true.
And
but just overall, maybe it's because I'm tired. I don't know. The energy around here has just kind of seemed to wane a little bit. Gaylord can smell the victory, and they're just all waiting for it now with 11 minutes to go here in the game. And that bounces out of bounds at the 35. Marquette will have pretty good field position here coming up on their next series.
Well, if you're Marquette, you need to get some energy back on your side. They had a little bit of momentum there at the beginning of the half, but I think Gaylord played their cards right, and the Blue Devils were able to hold that ball for, I want to say a good 6 to 8 minutes there on their drive that resulted in a score. However, for Marquette to make this a game, they need to really put on a scoring drive here.
Well, they'll have it at the 33-yard line is where the ref spotted it to start off the game. Marquette taking the snap and going absolutely nowhere. I believe Jermu kept the ball there.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just got a final warning to see the one and only beautiful Blackhawk about to take off. I just got a reminder that they are about 2 minutes remaining until takeoff.
All right, well, we're excited to see that here. Give the crowd another shot of energy to finish this game off, and maybe the respective teams too. Marquette 2nd and 10 at the 33 still. Down 30-7. Jermu with the quick fire up the center of the field, and he'll get the first down. That was number 5 once again, Wyatt Leikinen, one of the big players for Marquette.
Yeah, he was tackled right at the sticks, just enough to give that first down, as you said, and it looks like they're going to hurry up as they're going straight into the next play.
He was tackled by number 52 of Keaton Abraham.
Abraham having his name called a couple times so far tonight. Jamu looking for a man, firing well downfield to Kyler Sager. He does not come up with the ball, but there are flags on the field. See if they'll give him a PI.
Excellent effort.
That would be a pass interference.
Yep, not private investigator, but pass interference.
In high school, is that a 15-yard penalty or is it a spot foul?
I believe it's a spot foul, but we'll see. Excuse me.
Looks as though they're going to give him 15.
Well, I guess I'll have to brush up on my rule books. Yep, you're right. 15 it is.
For the most part, I believe high school and college has very similar rules.
Well, here we go. After I learn a lesson here with 10 minutes to go in the game, Marquette, the high snap, Jermu keeping it. And he was looking to gain a few yards, but got pushed right back, maybe as much as a yard, but that'll be it.
Nice tackle by number 54 of Keaton Abraham, assisted by number 34, Riley Hush.
Here we go. 2nd and 10 for Marquette now. 9.5 minutes to go in the game. Gaylord crowd ramping up. They smell the victory even better now as that one goes out of bounds only a couple of yards farther down the field.
They have a lot to cheer about here as they had a good football game presented before them with the Blue Devils. Military Appreciation Night, soon a takeoff of the Black Hawk helicopter, and a beautiful night here in Gaylord this evening.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You couldn't ask for much better as a Gaylord Blue Devil. The atmosphere here and everything going on tonight, just everything seems to be working in their favor as Marquette is facing a 3rd and 5 scenario here at the 35. Jermu fires, makes a connection with Lankinen once again.
Tackled by number 11 of Ty Bensinger along with number 54 of Keaton Abraham.
I just happened to take a peek over here in the student section, and there's military men throwing T-shirts in the crowd.
Absolutely amazing.
While Gaylord can smell the victory, Marquette is not giving up yet, marching down the field in what is so far their 2nd longest drive of the evening. Jermu fires, and that one goes well ahead of the only man he had open, which he accidentally hit the ground there. So 8:58 to go here in the game as the clock stops.
Looked as though there were a bit of a miscommunication between him and his wide receiver. He was threw it into the corner of the end zone, but there was no one within the next 10 to 15 yards.
The lights are on the chopper.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen it yet, if you are just here or at home, if you're missing it, if you're not on here, now is a great time to watch because you're about to be getting a good gift here at the end of the game.
And here we go, Marquette. Jermu firing downfield, makes the connection. Can't quite make the number from this distance. It's number 10, Jan Vandenende.
Tackled down by number 7, George Hush.
6'3" senior from Marquette. And they're wasting no time getting right back to the line of scrimmage here as they're at the 10-yard line, 1st and goal. Jermu runs this in himself, gets at least 5 yards. Time ticking down now, 8.5 minutes to go. And indeed they call it, give him 5 yards there. Second goal at the 5-yard line. Marquette looking to do a little damage control here. Down by 23. Jermu takes the snap, fires a bullet, not able to get down to the end zone, maybe a gain of about 3, as that was number 3, Kyler Sager, making the reception.
It's not out of reach yet. That is 3 possessions. They have just under 8 minutes left to go. You score here. Now you need a couple bounces to go your way on your onside kicks, but it is still very doable if you're Marquette.
That was stopped by number 54, Keaton Abraham.
Jamu firing inside, makes the connection, but no good. Unfortunately, he dropped it there as he was getting towards the ground. That was number 1, Jacob McPhee, trying to get a handle on the ball. So Gaylord forced with a do-or-die situation here, 4th and about 3.
I don't want to be that guy, but if they don't happen to convert here, then I would go on a limb and say that that's going to be the ball game here.
We have a substitution for number 54 of Keaton Abraham, of 99, Ethan Chandler.
Marquette, a little bit of desperation here, trying to get the ball into the end zone for the second time tonight. 7.5 minutes to go here in the game. No good, but there's a flag, pass interference on the call.
That's going to be exactly what it is. He had his arm wrapped around the receiver, pulled him around as he went to dive for the ball. It's a good play by the defense, but you have to make it look a little cleaner there.
Yeah. Got a little excited there, trying to ice this one away. Gives Marquette a fresh set of downs from the 4-yard line.
Now Gaylord, they haven't played with too many flags going against them today. That's, I believe, the second one maybe of this evening.
I can feel the boys down there. They're just telling their teammate, hey, calm down just a little here and just keep it going.
Yep, stick with it indeed, as they have 7.5 minutes here. Marquette knocking on the door, though. They're not done yet. The fight is not out of them. Those Redmen up there are showing what they have here in the final minutes of the game. There he came all the way from Marquette, not to be blown out 30-7, that's for sure. 4-hour bus ride here. They wanted to leave with something.
More important than that clock stopped on the pass interference.
Yep. Jamu takes the high snap, and that one bounces away. I saw a mess of hands in there, probably at least 3 different people between Gaylord and Marquette, all looking to try and get a handle on that one. Interesting. So they did not give them the first down. That was still a 4th down attempt. So that's a turnover on downs for Marquette. Gaylord takes the ball over. Christian, am I missing something here? I thought that would have been fresh set of downs.
Shane, I guess I'm going to have to brush up on my rule book here for high school as well. I was under the impression that they were going to get a fresh set of downs with the pass interference, especially in the end zone.
Yeah.
That, to me, should have led to a fresh set of downs. However, it might also just be that my lack of knowledge for high school football isn't as well versed as college and professional. I apologize for the viewers at home.
Well, in the meantime, we've got the Black Hawk helicopter getting their propellers warmed up. We've got another flag there on the field.
It looks like it's going to be an indication on the Blue Devils that it's going to move them back.
It's going to move them back to about the half-yard line.
Yeah, they're kind of running out of room to go backwards, that's for sure.
Well, if you're rooting for Marquette here, you're hoping for a safety. If you're rooting for Gaylord, you need to just get breathing room, and that flag is not going to help you at all. Just get out of this position that you've now got yourself in. That's the 3rd penalty called on them after a mostly clean first 3 quarters.
If I were the Blue Devils, I would be saying, hey, we got to push them back right here, boys. We got to stop them. This is our chance. Now's our time.
And certainly no movement there.
A lot of Redmen signaling
They
safety,
did.
and there's
Yep.
a second safety in this game.
All righty, Marquette this time coming away with 2.
It's going to be 3 safeties on this field this afternoon.
Yep. And here we go.
All right, ladies
Black
and
Hawk
gentlemen.
helicopter. You can hear the propellers chopping through the air, hence why they call them a chopper.
Like I said once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been entertained yet tonight, here's your chance to see the one and only, the beautiful Black Hawk helicopter.
We'll be switching to the feed here shortly of it taken off. As you don't get to see that too often over a football game.
once again, shout out to the pilot of the National Guard. Great job tonight. Thank you for being a part of this, and thank you for being with us.
Gaylord starting their victory battle chant early on. We still have 7.5 minutes of game time.
Still a 3-score game for Marquette. Gaylord looking in prime position right now.
Are we switching the camera feed to watch this eventually? Okay. And the kickoff is received at the 20-yard line for Marquette. That's number 5, Wyatt Lakeinen once again.
He was tackled down by number 16 of Isaac Collins.
It's a deafening sound here from the chopper.
It is. The crowd's getting more amped. The crowds are rushing the fence over there, as you see in the corner. All the junior teams and all the parents of the teams are crowding over there to watch her take off.
So Lakeinen will give them about 6 yards there on the return, placing the Marquette Redmen at the 31-yard line. As they get ready for their third offensive series of the half. Handoff right away to number 4, Tucker Welch. Not able to gain much there.
That was tackled. He was tackled down by number 7 of George Hush.
Here we go. The chopper is lifting off the ground now. We see a pile of dust kicking up from the parking lot as we've got a 2nd and 8 scenario here for the Redmen. No good on the completion there. The pass attempt as we have liftoff. The chopper clearing the radio tower. A rare sight indeed over anywhere in Michigan, let alone a football game. So we're glad to be able to bring this to you tonight here as the Blackhawk takes off, heading back to Grayling, the military base there. Thank you very much once again, military men and women, for all that you do for us day in and day out, keeping us safe here at home. As Gaylord nearly came away with another pick there.
That was almost intercepted, picked off by number 16 of Isaac Collins.
Well, that was good anticipation by Collins there. He read the play like it was a book placed right in front of him. They've been going to those bubble screens all afternoon, and he was able to really jump that route. He saw it by a mile.
He felt it coming. I could just see when he puts his head up, he goes, oh, man.
So Marquette punting it away here. Unfortunately, not able to convert on that set of downs. Kick goes deep from the 25 to the other 25 and bounces along to the 20, where it rests, and Gaylord will pick it up with 6.5 minutes to go in the game.
Well, at this point, for both teams, you're playing for next week. You can't really let up. These are still important reps, especially at this part of the game. Get some guys who might not get reps every other day, every game. Give them some time now, because 3-score game here with 6.5 to go in the fourth quarter. These are still important reps for those looking to get them.
That's exactly right. And while we're talking about the next game, we want to make mention that next Friday at 7 o'clock, Gaylord will be taking on Petoskey in a massive matchup here at home. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We'll have that game for you right here on Next Level Broadcasting, 7 o'clock Friday night.
As Gaylord looks to maybe run up the clock, but they're going to maybe run up the
field. Yeah. My goodness, all the way from the 25-yard line he goes. That's a touchdown from number 10, Noah Vanderveer.
Nice job there by Noah Vanderveer. That was beautiful. As number 44, Brady Pretzlaw, comes over there to give him a big old high five and side jump to say, hey, great run.
Yep, you couldn't be asking for a much better run than that. And speaking of next game, next week, Friday, Marquette will be taking on Sault Ste. Marie, so stay tuned for that one. That'll be a fun game indeed. As Gaylord drills that one through the uprights, 37-9. Unfortunately, we don't have a next-level broadcasting crew for Marquette as much as I'd love to be up there. Marquette has got to be one of my favorite towns in all of Michigan. So it's nice to be able to see them down here in the Lower Peninsula. Although, unfortunately for them, this may not have been the best outcome for their 4-hour drive and all their efforts here in Gaylord.
No, you want to, you take that 4-hour drive, you're expecting to put up more than a touchdown and a safety. I mean, there was some good flashes there from Marquette, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, it looks like Gaylord just maybe had a little bit more confidence and intensity going into this one.
And that touchdown again was ran by our very own Ty Bensinger. Well done, Ty.
So here we go. Gaylord getting ready to kick it off. Marquette looking for now their 4th offensive drive to go much better than the previous 2 since their opening drive of the half. Little squib kick there. It falls down at the 30, and that's where Marquette will keep it.
And it looks like it's going to be a 1st and 10 here for the Marquette Redmen.
That's exactly right. And while we have a moment, we want to thank our friends at Gaylord Seal Coating. If you've grown up in Michigan, you've grown up with cracked roads, parking lot, pavement that you can't trust, and potholes the size of offensive linemen. If your driveway, parking lot, or other surface needs an overhaul, check out the pros at Gaylord Seal Coating. Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. As Marquette trying to get their way up the field, they'll have the 1st down. As that was number 3, Kyler Sager, with the run once again.
He was tackled by number 17 of Caden Keck.
Marquette right back to it in a hurry. That one sails up and over the head of the intended receiver. And number 1, Jacob McPhee, who also happens to be the tallest man out there on the field for Marquette.
Throw it up high to your big men. Let them play basketball. Let them high point the ball. And that's exactly what they just did there.
The tackle was made by number 79, Braden Gooch.
Yeah, there was a tackle made. No ball catch, but Gooch was all over trying to tackle McPhee there for sure. As that run up the center stalls out, we've got a 3rd and 10. They'll give them a yard there. 3rd and 9 scenario coming up for the Redmen.
Ran right into the back of his own offensive line.
He was tackled down by number 39 of Braden Gooch, and the assist by...
I think the biggest tackle there was his own lineman. Running into him, a little friendly fire there.
He was assisted by number 33 of Carter Sitz.
Drew firing downfield, no good.
No interference.
4th and 9 coming up. See if Marquette has the guts to try and get it downfield and extend this opportunity. I think, Christian, I don't know about you, but I think they'd have to go for it, but I don't know if they are.
It looks like as though they're bringing the punt unit back on the field. I was anticipating the same thing. At this point, what do you have to lose? Give yourself a chance. Put some points back on the board.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said earlier, you're playing for next week at this point, which has been a common theme for these games that I've been calling recently. And, playing for next week.
Kick is blocked for a 3rd time tonight, but Marquette picks it up, and that'll be enough for the 1st down. What a turn of events. The 3rd block kicked by by Gaylord against Marquette results in the 1st down.
Yeah, that's not the conventional way of getting your 1st down. However, it's as though that's how they drew it up.
You know what? I thought about this. Maybe, Marquette sending out their punt team with only 5.5 minutes to go in the game. Maybe they've got a trick play up their sleeves. Well, it was kind of a trick play, just not intended to be one.
It was good improv is what
Sure.
it was.
Yeah.
And that was once again stopped by number 34, Riley Hush.
Boy, we got to give Gaylord credit, though. That's 3 block punts now. The most I've ever seen in a single game in my now 3 years of doing this. And Jermu just chucks that one to the ground as he was faced by about 3 different Gaylord defensive linemen.
This is the 3 block punts in this game is the most I've seen in a game ever in my life.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, not even in the NFL have I seen this many block punts that I can remember.
No. But, however, it sparks new life back into the Marquette offense. Gaylord really needing to buckle down here. You don't want to let the score go up or let Marquette get any points. You're looking to really hold them down on defense because this is still good reps for you on defense playing for next week as well.
No doubt about it. So here we go. Marquette with a 2nd and 10 opportunity inside of Gaylord territory for only the 3rd time tonight. And Jermu not able to get anywhere except a little bit behind the line of scrimmage there as the clock ticks down under 4 minutes, 50 seconds.
He was tackled down by number 79 of Braden Gooch, assisted by number 33 of Carson Sitz.
As there are some fans from the crowd looking to maybe beat the traffic. I see them departing the game early. What a beautiful night here in Gaylord. Although the score dictates a different game, but it was still a fun game nonetheless.
No doubt about it. Marquette obviously still giving it everything they have, down 37-9. Jermu lets that one fly. No good. Pass interference flags all over the place, though. So that's one thing that Gaylord has got to work on. That's now the 3rd pass interference call they've had against them so far this season. Game, I apologize.
Yeah,
it's getting late.
Just in general, needing to clean up the penalties. They haven't really suffered from them, as made evident earlier by the long 4th and 8 throw, which I'm going to go back to a couple times. I think that was a big tide turner in this game because that is, I think, a deflating play that really took the wind out of the sails of Marquette.
That pass interference was again by number 2 of Braden Goddard.
Well, Shane, I can confidently say that pass interference led to a 1st down.
I can, too. I don't know what was going on earlier, but that is definitely a 1st down and 15 yards. So Jermu, he'll hang on to it as he crosses the sticks, moving that chain down some more inside the Gaylord 20-yard line.
This is the deepest Marquette has been into Gaylord territory all evening. That touchdown they had was a long play for 51 yards.
Yep, that's exactly right.
He was stopped by number 79 of Aiden Hornbaker.
Here we go. Marquette rearing back, trying to find some room to run. Gain maybe about, they're giving him 4.
That was stopped by number 33, Carter Sitz.
As we're looking at under 3.5 minutes left, I'm looking for Marquette to obviously score here, but maybe even go for a 2-point conversion, give themselves some extra reps on offense. It's as though they might need it going into the next week.
Yep, they've got Sault Ste. Marie coming up in their next game. Always a tough opponent up there in the UP. As Gaylord has Petoskey here at home next Friday. We'll be covering that game at 7 o'clock as Marquette tries to get up there. They get to about the 5-yard line. Should be more than enough to move the sticks and bring up a 1st and goal situation. And indeed it does.
That was stopped by number 2, Braden Goddard.
So Marquette will be setting up at the 4-yard line of Gaylord's. As they've been slowly chipping away at this drive for the last about 4 minutes of game time, and it's walked right in. Number 10, Jan Vandenende. And I am saying that correctly, ladies and gentlemen. Jan Vandenende for the touchdown.
That was excellent protection up front by the offensive line. Fill the hole big enough for him to just walk right in.
That's right. If we were in Charlevoix, we'd say that hole was big enough for a dump truck from Swanson K&D. It's one of our favorite lines to bring up from back at home. As Gaylord, they'll just go for the extra point kick, and it's good by a mile, 37-16.
Let's see here where the Blue Devils, if the Blue Devils can make a response back to that score.
Well, as I was saying last drive before Bellinger ended up, running the distance, I was anticipating them to run out the clock instead of running out the field.
Yeah.
However, it was still good effort, and it's going to look great on a stat sheet.
That's right. Marquette, they can hang their head on something nice here. Nice score to end the game. They might have another opportunity. You never know. But, hey, no matter what, late in the fourth quarter, down by nearly 30 points, they didn't give up. They kept going down the field, and they got another touchdown. They wanted to end this game a little bit more on their terms.
Shane, I don't want to call you out on it, but that is 21 points.
It is now, yeah. Yeah, but earlier it was almost, It was 28 points before that. That's why I said almost 30. Anyway, little squib kick bouncing around. Masterful job there by Marquette, and that's buried all the way down inside the 20.
It looks like there's a little scrap down there.
That was amazing effort by the kickoff team from Marquette because they were down there able to compete for that ball. Gaylord did a very fine job of jumping on it once it got past the initial two lines of the kickoff team, and they were able to stop it before Marquette able to sprint down there and get themselves back on the ball. Now I'm looking for Gaylord to run out the clock here.
From their own 1st and 10, from their own 10-yard line. And we just had a check-in, number 6 of Lucas Green.
Looks to be starting at about the 20. Gaylord with 3 minutes to go exactly here in the game. And the final few minutes of this game here, ladies and gentlemen, is provided to you by Professional Seamless Gutters. We'll give them a quick shout out here. Your home gutters are always there when you need them to be. So is our good friend Orion Beningo, and that's why he started Professional Seamless Gutters. Professional Seamless Gutters offers fast and experienced service and real-time quotes. But wait, there's more. Always more. They'll actually answer your phone call. That's Professional Seamless Gutters at 989-619-3407 and tell them that we sent you. Like I said, the last few minutes of this game is brought to you by John Beningo and his friendly crew over there at Professional Seamless Gutters. 2 minutes, 17 seconds to go here in the game. Gaylord just looking to ice this one away, but they will run it up the center. He gets enough for the first down. As they work on the Marquette side of the 30-yard line.
After this game, I'm looking forward to finishing off my sub that I got from Jimmy Johns.
That's right. Jimmy Johns was very kind to give us a nice bag full of subs for all of us here to enjoy amongst the crew, some drinks as well. Happy to have them support us here at Next Level Broadcasting as well.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, there, as you see, the Grayling National Guard military vehicle is on their takeoff. So thank you for coming, supporting us, and thank you for being with us, Grayling National Guard. We appreciate all the things you do for us and our country, and we thank you for your service.
Here we go. Gaylord running this one along the outside, bobbing and weaving his way around. Gains about 8 yards there on the run. Beautiful job by him there to get up to the 40. That was number 6, Lucas Green. Haven't heard his name too much tonight, but he had a beautiful run there. In fact, that was enough to give him the first down.
I believe that's going to be Lucas Green's first carry of the game. That's, like I'm saying, getting those reps for the guys that don't normally get reps as often.
Yep.
And this is very important play time for them.
And here we go. The final minute of the game ensues. Gaylord takes it at the 41-yard line. Looking to do a victory formation here, I believe.
I believe, Shane, they're going to take what I'm thinking is either a knee or one more play here. Yep.
And there it is, victory formation indeed. So that'll take care of the game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank our friends at Gaylord Ice Center, Jimmy Johns, Gaylord Seal Coating, Golf Gaylord, Professional Seamless Gutters, and Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport for supporting us tonight to be able to bring this game to you at home. I hope you've all enjoyed this, ladies and gentlemen. For my first time here covering a Gaylord Blue Devil game, I'm Shane Smith, joined alongside of myself by Christian Swinsinki, Austin Mong, Nick Wenzel, and, of course, Charles Trail, our owner here tonight. We all want to thank you for tuning in so much, and we'll see you right back here next Friday. We'll have our Gaylord crew back to cover the Petoskey versus Gaylord game at 7 o'clock next Friday night. Thank you all so much once again for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, drain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Today's game has been brought to you by Professional Seamless Gutters, Gaylord Seal Coating, Jimmy John's, Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport, and the Gaylord Eye Care Center. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's game.